Toy trap fees, gotta have it. Toy trap, toy trap, toy trap addict. Toy trap addict, toy trap addict. Yeah, trap be slamming. When I crack that package, fresh paint apps got a grown man bragging. Shell gang after every post in the Matic. One more pre-order and I'm back at it. Raised on hip hop, promising plasma. I chase where heat like a dope boy trapping. Bring on the mic, bring the pressure, bring the static. The plastic crack fiend got collectors active. Stew in the cup with the facts and the flavor. One drop, one way, got the whole room craving. Call back, cleaning the bubble, too sacred. If it's limited, running my hands gon' take. You can call it obsession, I call it a mission. Stacking on the shelf like a fresh new addiction. Real ones know when the box hit the kitchen. Toy trap on the screen and the clock start twitching. No more, it's a habit. Welcome to the toy trap fiends, gotta have it. Toy trap, toy trap, toy trap addict.
Welcome back to the Toy Trap. I'm Reno the Plastic Crack Fiend, and tonight we're going to talk about one of the coolest stories that I've heard in a long time, because this is not just about like a new action figure line. It's about the origin story of G.I. Joe itself. And when the news first dropped, the Big Bad Workshop was teaming up with Larry Hama. The Hama was finally getting his line. Paul Morales, salute. Pop Passion in the house. What up, man? All in for Fury Force, every single one of them. Every single one of them, no question. But it's the lore behind it. You know what I'm saying? It's all that it represents too. It's not just how dope the figures are, and they are very dope. We're gonna look at them too, and you may have seen them. But a lot of people just like, oh, what is this cool Fury Force line? And a lot of people were asking me what it was and didn't know and stuff. So I thought, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. It's well worth talking about because you got Larry teaming up with Big Bad Workshop to do a brand new 112 scale 6-inch military action figure line called Fury Force. And so, like I said, a lot of people figured, cool, another indie military line. But when you really know the knowledge, it's not just another military toy line. This has real history, the kind of history that I think changes the way you look at G.I. Joe. Because back in 1981, before there was G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, there was G.I. Joe, the 12-inch figures. But A Real American Hero, the G.I. Joe we know, the one that made us fans, the Cobra, the Snake Eyes, Larry Hama was already building a military universe called Fury Force, and it starred Nick Fury Jr. Yeah, Nick Fury from Marvel Comics, that guy. And an elite covert strike team. Hence the name Fury Force. So then Hasbro knocks on Marvel's door looking for somebody to sort of build out a comic around this new line of 3/4-inch military action figures that they were getting ready to launch. And Marvel looked around and realized that Larry already had this incredible military concept sitting on the shelf that they had kind of had sitting on the shelf. And they asked him, man, can you turn this into G.I. Joe? Larry said, yes. Thank God. Just like that, Fury Force disappeared. Gone. Or at least that's what we thought. And for more than 40 years, Fury Force became one of those great what-if legend myth stories that was never published, never got a comic, never got a toy line, never got a Sunbow cartoon, but lived as an unfinished concept art and notes in Larry Hama's files, while pieces of it quietly became G.I. Joe. Snake Eyes traces back to a character called Spook, who will now be called Revenant. The Pit started as Fury Force's underground headquarters, the Pit, aka G.I. Joe's headquarters. You have the grounded military tone that made Marvel Comics so different from everything else was already there before G.I. Joe officially existed. Fast forward to JoeFest here, 2026, and out of nowhere, Big Bad Toy Shop announces that they're bringing Fury Force back, not as a reprint or a nostalgia piece, but as a brand new 112 scale collector line with Larry Hama himself involved every step of the way. And what has a 112 line needed more than someone to guide it, someone who knows what's what to actually make it be? And Larry Hama himself, I mean, does it get any better? New artwork by Dave Wacker. New figures, new merchandise, and for the first time ever, we're finally getting to see what might have been if Fury Force had become its own thing instead of evolving into G.I. Joe. And so tonight we're going to be breaking down everything we know about the new line, taking a deep dive into the forgotten history of Fury Force and comparing these characters to the G.I. Joe characters that they inspired, because they inspired characters that we know. And asking the big question, if Fury Force had been published in 1981, would G.I. Joe as we know it existed? For all those who like, oh man, I wish we could have got that. What would that have meant? So I don't know, man. We'll check it out. Collecting ain't a hobby no more. It's a habit. Welcome to the Toy Trap. Without further ado, let's look at these joints and let's talk about it. So first thing we see at the con, we see, well, first we see Larry. Let me jump straight to my man, straight to the man, straight to Uncle Larry. First of all, that's Uncle Larry right there. That is Uncle Larry. That's the homie. Always check him out at the cons and chop it up, man. That's Uncle Larry right there. Without him, we have nothing. We have nothing. So we get the Larry figure, which, by the way, and I want to point out, and this is fact, my man my man Raw Talk, that y'all know from the show. He's always on the show. His brother, kid with the kung fu grip, who's also been on the show several times, designed and created a 12-inch Larry Hama figure and gifted it to Larry. And it is 1-to-1. The laminate, the jacket, the jeans, the shirt, the hat, it's 1-to-1. It's the figure that he gave him. They literally designed this figure off my homeboy's action figure. And you probably won't ever hear that anywhere else but right here, and probably from his own mouth. And hopefully we can actually get him to come on here and show us the one that he gave there, and you can be like, oh my God, do they have any more characters from this line that will come out? Oh, Pop Passion, do they? All right, man. So check it out. We got Top Kick. I'm thinking Flint, right? You got Spook, aka his name in this is going to be Revenant. You got Louie, aka Larry, aka Tommy, aka Storm Shadow, aka Larry Hama. And that's Louie right there. And then you got who we're calling Umbra now, and amalgamations of Scarlett, Covergirl, you name it, Lady J. And then we got Hogman, Machine Gunner, Gung Ho. We'll talk about it. There's Revenant with his poncho. There's Louie with his loadout. And here's Umbra with her loadout. And check her out. She's an intelligence and recon officer. So she's got quite a stack there. She got the gear. She even comes with a cigarette hand and a Zippo lighter. And I fucking love that shit. That is just peak action figureness right there. Here's Top Kick's panel. There's his loadout, which is quite generous. The guns are amazing. He's got the cigarette in the mouth, beret head sculpt, and he's got just the head sculpt there. Also comes with a Zippo. Weapons are incredible. And every single figure comes with the submachine gun Uzi with the silencer, if you notice. Except for Louie, who has the katana. So fair trade. And then you got Brujo, communications expert. Brujo, Spanish word for witch, Latino. And he has the radio pack. He's got the handset. It's just too dope, man. And you can see where you're starting to notice the nationalities ranging. You got my man Jelly, aka Stalker. Yeah, you got the grenade launcher and the grenade belt. You got the Claymore mine, the K-bar, the bucket hat. Bruh. Now the poncho here. Look at the shot. Look at the shotty. Yeah, he got the dual. You could tell Larry loves this character, and a cool character it is, man. Fallen soldier coming back, and he's got the poncho, cloth goods poncho. Will make or break this figure, but I think they're gonna nail it. As long as they use a nice thin thread, it'll be nice. Be nice. Yeah, bro. He's He's definitely the standout. I mean, he's the Snake Eyes. He's the cool figure, and he is called Revenant in this version, but in that old version, that's him over there with the hood on, and my man Laurent, my man, I meant no, I meant my man, kid with the kung fu grip, who made the Larry Hama figure, on which this was based. He made an actual 12-inch figure of Spook with the hood and all that. It's super dope, super dope. But that's a kind of colored image. This is Larry's original sketch. They had different names at the time. Some looked slightly different, but you can definitely see Louie at the bottom left kneeling. You can see Jelly in the middle. You can see Brujo on the far right. Those three were kneeling, and then Revenant, aka Spook, was up there on the top. Top Kick and Umbra had different names, and then the Gung Ho character, aka Hogman character, he's up there. They put a shirt on him here, and I'm guessing they put a shirt on him to differentiate him from Gung Ho, because I think he just does not need a t-shirt, but that's what it is. BDBGP, what up, man? Yo, check it out. How you living? How you feeling? So we'll be over here at 7 p.m. judging the MC battle on the BDBGP site, channel rather, page. So go check that out at 7, which will be floating over. But yeah, man, the what you call it? The lore behind this is incredible. It's just really cool how it has that OG. Hang on, I got some images right there. I hooked up. There's Brujo on the handset. Hogman with his hat on, holding the machine gun. Tommy with the katana on his back. I meant Louie. I meant Larry with the katana on his back with the scoped out rifle. Got Stalker, Jelly, chilling with the hat on so you can see how he looks. There's Revenant with the poncho on so you can get the idea. Top Kick, aka Flint, with the cigarette hanging. And last but not least, Umbra, firing up a cigarette with the file under her arm. That's how I'm posing her. So Fury Force was dope. It was an unpublished Marvel Comics proposal created by Larry Hama in 1981, before G.I. Joe: Real American Hero existed. And at the time, Hama was an editor, writer at Marvel, developed Fury Force around Nick Fury Jr., Nick Fury from, the Avengers, Nick Fury, and son of Nick Fury, leader of S.H.I.E.L.D., Nick Fury Jr. Rather than a superhero team, Fury Force was envisioned as a realistic military strike force doing covert operations around the world. Vietnam sort of style-esque. Obviously, it's 81. We just kind of came from Vietnam. That's how everyone thinks of the military as. There's no desert camo yet at all, right? This is definitely jungle days. And so they're the first highly trained special mission force before G.I. Joe. Let me hit the chat up, man. What's up? We living good, brother. How you? We don't have everything all set up, fam. Just waiting for y'all to join the panel. We will be there, sir, at 7. It's 7, right? It starts at 7, you said, right? So, before the project moves forward, Hasbro approached Marvel to develop the comic into that would support its new 3/4-inch GI Joe toy line that Hasbro was doing. So Hasbro's going to do a 3/4-inch, GI Joe. They had their GI Joes. They're going to do, but they have no story. They've got nothing. They just got Green Army guys. Maybe OG-13 looking dudes without your Snake Eyes, without your, certain iconic dudes that Larry throws in. And so they have nothing really. And so Marvel editor-in-chief Jim Shooter at the time, young dude still, Hama, already had military concept in development and asked if he could adapt those ideas into G.I. Joe. Hama agreed. Fury Force effectively became the creative blueprint for G.I. Joe Real American Hero. Fury Force was never published. Obviously, there was never a comic series, never a toy line, never a script or official Marvel appearance. Larry never gets the money for inventing, right? Inventing. And so the project existed only as a concept in the sketches that I showed you and the character designs, the notes and presentation artwork that was created for the Marvel executives. And so Larry has repeatedly stated that the artwork was never intended for publication because it was unfinished presentation material. So the team consisted of 7 members at the time. These 7 members, you had Nick Fury Jr., who served as the team commander, later evolved into General Hawk for G.I. Joe. Spook was the mysterious Vietnam veteran with a bandaged face, shotgun, combat knife, silent demeanor, didn't say anything, had the bandaged face. Larry has confirmed that Spook became the foundation for who he invented in as Snake Eyes. And then, of course, Hama has stated that Spook's personality was partially inspired. Wait, let me have them up while I'm talking about him. Was partially inspired by Pahukatawa, which is a television series from the series Yancey Derringer. So Pahukatawa, check that out. You know what? Maybe I'll get you a picture. So he's Native American. Well, I don't know, say caricature, but Pahukatawa from Yancey Dancing from Yancey Dancing. Well, let me see. I'm trying to get you a bigger image. There it is. So also, probably became the inspiration for Spirit and the whole multinational, multicultural identity that is G.I. Joe, and all that. You can see it very early on. Kung Fu Grit, what up? What up? You got the link if you want to hop through, fam. So yeah, Shadow, whose real name is Leela Galil, who is Umbra, who I had up here. This is Shadow. This is Leela Galil, who in this case is now going to be called Umbra, Intelligence and Recon. And she served as the team's intelligence specialist and became the creative basis for Scarlett. Obviously, the red hair and all that changed, but creative basis. Jelly handled demolitions rather, and influence for both elements of Short Fuse of the OG-13 and Stalker. Obviously, the two, and then they made 2 guys out of it. And then Louie Louie is my favorite because Louie Louie is based on Larry Hama, and he's also Storm Shadow, aka Tommy, aka so Asian Hawaiian ordnance specialist, often reviewed as an early precursor to Tunnel Rat, because Tunnel Rat is actually the Larry Hama G.I. Joe, like based on Larry Hama. Tunnel Rat is Larry Hama, is aka Louie, and then obviously the Storm Shadow kind of also blends with it, the katana, the wraps on the arms, and you can make the connection. Brujo served as communication specialist and never really received a direct G.I. Joe counterpart, but you can mash him up. I mean, and it's just the fact that his name is Brujo, which is the Spanish word for witch, which is a G.I. Joe code name type of thing already. He's Latino, so he's multinational. He's not, you know what I'm saying? He's that aspect is part of it too. So it's still very G.I. Joe. Steeler specialized in heavy weapons and influenced both rock and roll and Steeler, and I think a little bit of gung ho, but that's just me. Um, there he is. And you look at his original picture, he had no shirt on at the vest. A little bit kind of like gung ho, though he did have a beret like Top Kick, aka um, yeah. So the concept emphasizes authentic military hardware from the beginning. It was very much, known weapons through the Remington 870 shotgun, the M60 machine gun that we see here, the M79 grenade launcher with the Jelly Roll with Stalker, the Mac 10 that they all have, the new ones. They all have the Mac 10 with the suppressor on it, the Colt M 1911 pistols, classics, the Fairbrain Skies, fighting knives, you know, looking like K bars, and then the PSG-1 sniper rifle. And this focus on realistic equipment became one of Larry's trademarks throughout Marvel G.I. Joe comic, and the G.I. Joe characters all have very specific weapons, right? They came with a specific weapon, and that weapon was part of their identity. And and it's a shame. It's a shame when we don't when that doesn't carry over in classified and they start using other guys' weapons and stuff. It's like, come on, that's weapons is part of it. Grip said, when I was fabricating the 1/6 scale spook, Larry told me to make sure no skin is shown so he can be any nationality that no one knows. So Kid with the Kung Fu Grip knows Larry personally and did make the Larry figure. So Kid, do you have a picture of the figure that you gave him, of which this is based? Because I know you already gave him the figure and stuff. Zap, right? Could be. I mean, many dudes, many dudes. Cass, I love him starting his own line, man. It's like a dream come true. Like it doesn't get any better. Like if I was a little kid and they were like, who would be the ultimate guy to make, G.I. Joe? I mean, it's Larry Hama. Like, what are you talking about? If Larry Hama made the figures, like, it'd be insane. Here we are. Billionaire, what up, man? Convos later I had about the character helped me nail the look for Spook. I'm glad I have worked with him. It was an honor. Absolutely. I mean, it must be. Must be. Yeah, I haven't, only met him a few times, chopped it up with him, talked to him, and just sort of like, you the man, dog. But yo, if y'all want, if y'all want to hop in, the link is up there for you guys, Cass and Kid. All right, appreciate it. Let me know. Hustles, what up? Anyways, I only got like 30 more minutes. Well, I guess plenty of time. We got plenty to talk about, so don't go nowhere. But the team's headquarters was concealed beneath the military motor pool, much like, the concept that later became the pit. This was Fury Force. So from the concept, the famous underground headquarters. So the vehicle concepts, he had the Bell UH-1 Huey helicopter. In addition, additional military equipment that would later influence, the grounded military aesthetic that the OG-13, really, really leaned into. And once Hasbro licensed G.I. Joe through Marvel, Fury Force was just disappeared, kind of just evaporated. And, rather than publishing the two similar military books, Marvel folded nearly all of Fury Force's strongest concepts into G.I. Joe. The project remained largely unknown for more than 40 years. Only the public revival before 2020, the only public revival before 2026 that I know of occurred in 2009 when Joe Customs produced a charity custom figure set based on Larry Hama's original concept sketches, is where I learned about it. And the concepts or the customs included the the complete, Fury Force team. It had a custom motorcycle, had the Fury Force patch, the Larry Hama autograph, and they were auctioned for charity and never entered commercial production. So Fury Force is historically significant, though, guys. It is OG Joe. It is G.I. Joe, the original. It is where it comes from. Without it, we have no Yo-Joes. We have no JoeFest. We have nothing. And Fury Force is historically, I mean, just email it. Yeah, just email it. Email it. I sent you an email of the link to this show. So just return to that email. Just like a reply to that email with it. And just let me know when you do it and I'll grab it. So Fury Force is historically significant because it represents the direct evolutionary bridge between Larry Hama's original military concepts from G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, and Fury Force. So many defining elements of G.I. Joe. Snake Eyes' core concept, Scarlett's intelligence role, Hawk's leadership role, the pit, the realistic military aesthetic, and so much more. And so much more is all traced back to Fury Force, man. And just the fact of getting Larry, like Cass said, having a figure line headed up by Larry is crazy. And who do I speak up? So speak of the devil. What up, man? Welcome.
Cooling, man.
Yeah, bro. How dope is it, bro? Larry Hama line. The Larry Hama line.
I love it. I'm all in. I'm all in on all of it. Wish he had done it from the jump. I wish he was in control of all of it from the beginning.
Right. Yeah. I'm glad it went the way it went, but if he had been involved, man, so many great things could have. The stories would have been so much better. I mean, I think of where it could have gone. I think about it not like sort of evaporating in the 80s and just like keep going into this big thing, but the writing just never was there because they never really Sunbow never embraced the comic stories, and it just no one ever knew unless you read comics. But
corporate America got a hold of it.
Yeah, exactly what happened. So JoeFest was the first official commercial revival of this line, and they didn't just like reproduce the unfinished 81 concept artwork. They Big Bad Workshop partnered directly with Larry to fully realize this whole thing as like a modern 112 line.
Yeah,
man. And yesterday I tried to show these on the show that I did, and I couldn't find them anywhere because they're not on Big Bad Toy Store's Instagram channel. They're not on Larry Hama's Instagram channel, and they're not on the JoeFest Instagram channel. Little did I know they're on the Big Bad Workshop Instagram channel. So I did not find them. And when I came on your show last night, that's when I seen where they were. You found them. You had them on the workshop.
Oh yeah.
I would have been talking about this yesterday, but I could not find them. Kid, you remember you were here? Remember, I was like, fuck, I can't find them. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. It was wild. But we still had a dope show last night. A dope JoeFest. JoeFest at home.
I'm tired.
Yeah. I bet. How was it? How was it today?
It shut down at 3:00. It was straight though. Everybody was I probably got there at like 12 something. Everybody was already starting to pack up shit though. It's hot, man. Everybody ready to hit the road and get home.
Yeah.
I got a few little miscellaneous things, but nothing super significant. But I got a few things.
What'd you pick up? Anything cool?
I mean, GI Customs is the people or whatever. They had
dope.
They had expansion pieces for the like them little fort shits that Hasbro made that you can click these on and expand it.
Nice.
So the prices are really high though. It's $15 for one panel.
And what are you gonna build with it?
So
just diorama, just backgrounds and shit.
Well, I'm getting it really. I got them really for research, kind of.
Okay.
So the little bunker shits or whatever they were.
See, that's how they need to make the Terradome or something like that. Just panels and sections.
Yeah, so you can click these onto the other parts. I don't know how to go. Take that off. Take that off. Try not to break them. Basically, I'm just research. I'm gonna use these as templates, kind of, to start making my own shit.
Nice.
So like,
Yeah, like a little, yeah,
expansion shit, and then
yeah.
3D. Well, actually, he gave three of these, connecting columns or whatever for $15, and then one flat wall is $15. So, but he gave me 2 walls and the little corner hookup things for $40. But like I
Shit.
said, everybody was packing, getting ready to go. So
Yeah.
but I just got them so I can measure them up and get an idea how to make my own little shit to add on to it.
Yeah, I'm right.
Trying to be careful with them. I don't want to break them. They're 3D prints. So.
Yeah, a little bit brittle.
Yeah.
All right, so I got the pics that Kid sent. And yo, Kid, these are dope. This is of the spook figure that you made and gave to Larry. I was wondering, so and I'm gonna show those, but Raw Talk said that you made Larry a figure that looked like this. Did you make a figure of Larry that looked like this? That's what Raw Talk said that this was based on. He was like, my brother made a figure for Larry that looked just like that. And I don't know. I thought he was talking about that one. So if he was just talking about Spook, he was talking about Spook. But here's the Spook figure that you made, Larry. That's insane. That's dope. Got the base that says the name and shit.
Yeah, man. Him, Kid, and Raw done spent a lot of time with Larry Hama. He's like, to them for real.
Uncle Larry.
Mm-hmm.
Here they are.
You can tell he's happy to see it when they come around. He's happy, boy. He don't look like that with anybody.
Yeah, no.
He lights up, man.
Yeah. Fury Force t-shirt on. Look, I know Larry liked that shit when he seen that.
Larry's wearing that shit at JoeFest.
Was he? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you got to be on these, man. Kung Fu Grizzle said, went to get, say we get to play with our toys as adults. Yeah, man. Why not? So, yeah. Yeah, JoeFest was definitely a dope reveal right there. So the initial roster was that we're getting is Top Kick, Jelly Grenadier, Louis, Brujo, Umbra, Revenant, Hogman, publicly released biographies identified Top Kick as the team leader, Jelly as the Grenadiers, the demolition specialist, Louis as the sniper and logistics specialist, Brujo as the communication specialist, Umbra as the reconnaissance and intelligence specialist. I should be showing you pictures. Yeah, there's Louis, the sniper. There's Brujo, the communications specialist. There's Jelly, the demolitions guy, aka Stalker. Here's Top Kick, aka Flint, aka Falcon, the leader. Umbra, aka Scarlett, the spy, the Black Widow type, and then Hogman, aka what they say, short fuse. No, damn, who they say he was based on? Let me look.
God damn it. Fuck. Fuck, man.
But yeah, I think he looks like Gung Ho.
yeah. He could. Yeah, he could.
Yeah. But the figures are approximately 1/12 scale, 6 inches, placing them alongside G.I. Joe Classified, Marvel Legends, Valaverse, Action Force, Monster Force, Savage Crucible, whatever. And the initial reveal of these figures. There he is. Hang on, what the kid said. He said, yeah, so he did have one. He gave it to him. Yeah, I was wondering if you had pics of that joint as well. But so Big Bad Workshop plans to launch the first assortment as a complete deployment rather than one figure at a time. So unlike their Cops and Crooks nonsense where they put out one guy, we're gonna get like a wave of figures. Also, there's some bad guys that they showed that apparently that aren't part of it or are. It's questionable. I guess we aren't clear. I don't know. There were some like dictator looking dudes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But pre-orders are currently scheduled for the third quarter of 2026. No exact pre-order date. Regular shipping schedule or MSRP or retailer exclusives have been announced, but Big Bad Workshop has confirmed that 2 additional Fury Force figures will be revealed at San Diego Comic-Con. So there will be 2 more. And then Fury Force, Big Bad Workshop announced the fully articulated 112 line Larry Hama action figure as well, with the multiple shirt variants. There's one with 2 different like guitars. There's 2 different ones. The Larry Hama figure. This one.
Is there any mention of price? Has anybody said anything about pricing?
No, that's the one thing they've not mentioned, like price or release date. I'm imagining something akin to Valaverse, probably something between Valaverse and Classified, but yeah, I don't see it being like more than normal stuff.
Kid said he sent you something.
Say it again.
Kid sent you something.
Okay. Hang on, I gotta delete some shit here real quick so it'll let me add more. Oh, now it's gonna fucking. All right, I'll be right back in 1 second.
You good?
All right, let me fix that. All right, you sent that. All right, cool. Hogman looks like a master. Rock and roll. Thank you. That's the one I was trying to think of. Rock and roll. That is the one. It is rock and roll. That Hogman. They said he was based on Rock and Roll, the Heavy Gunner, and I see some gung ho there because the original concept art had no shirt on, so it gave me that sort of gung ho vibe. But let me find that picture that kid sent. That apparently this. I ain't get it yet. Hold on. No, I don't know. It ain't came through yet. Eagle Force figures. Oh, the bad guys. The Eagle Force. So, is Eagle Force the villains for Fury Force, or is just a whole other toy line that has nothing to do with Larry? That's what I'm not clear on. Because the website Toy Newsy, News International, Toy News, whatever, posted those guys with the Fury Force guys in the same string of pictures as if it was part of the same line. So I don't know why they did that. Maybe they were confused. Frank Doom on you. What it do?
What up, Frank?
So yeah, but the company launching the Fury Force as a complete collectible brand rather than just an action figure line. They plan merchandise with posters, artwork, T-shirts, trading cards, dog tags, label pins, limited uncut trading card sheets for JoeFest. They had no Fury Force comic has been announced yet, but I'm sure it's coming. During the JoeFest discussions, representatives stated that they had no comic plans to announce, although they acknowledged fan interest in seeing Larry finally tell the original Fury Force story, which he would have to do if he wanted to keep it legit. He would have some overlapping concepts with G.I. Joe, which I wouldn't mind. I'd be like, cool. But yeah, collectors asked about the future expansion into a 118 scale, like O-ring figures of Fury Force. Big Bad Workshop stated that future scales would depend on the success of the 112 line. So, guys, if you want 118, buy the 112. As the initial reveal, though, numerous details are still unknown. Like we said, the articulation system, we don't know. Accessories, we don't know. Alternate portraits, head changes, only a few we've seen. Interchangeable hands, we've seen package. We haven't seen package design, factory partner, digital renders, stuff like that. Any long-term plans, prices. But the significance of the line extends beyond the figures themselves. Rather than creating another military-themed toy universe, Big Bad Toy Workshop bringing to market the unpublished concept that became G.I. Joe is incredible. I'm so excited, man. It represents the first official commercial realization of Fury Force, of Larry's original stuff 40 years later. And it's like his time, man. It's just like his time, bro. My memory is old as shit, but I think the original enemy was supposed to be Hydra from Marvel, and then he just changed it to Cobra once Fury Force was folded into G.I. Joe. Well, originally, yes, because it was Fury Force was the leader was Nick Fury Jr. So yes, they would have been going up against Hydra in that comic. But yeah, guys, that is the line. There's a whole lot of lore and hype behind it. A whole lot of cool shit to look into. And if you're a G.I. Joe fan, the fact that this is OG Joe is so cool. Shout out to Larry Hama again, Uncle Larry, for giving us the original concept, and Big Bad Toy Shop for collaborating with Larry Hama and giving him his due, man. But yeah, I'm about to go over to Big Bad BDBGP, rather, to the Battle of the Beats. They're doing a MC like battle, and I'm one of the judges. And so we'll be over there. Me and Stu Dog from Toy Trap from Six Element. We'll be over there. The Kaz, man, look, they having fun, man, chilling. I love it.
Can I get some pizza?
Yeah.
What's the name of the website?
Yeah, what time do I press?
Oh, BDBGP. Hang on, let me get you I'll put the link in the chat real quick.
I know.
15. Said
BDBGP. It's literally, that's the name of it, BDBGP with dots between each letter. It stands for Big Daddy Beard Gaming Promotions. And I am moments away from getting. You got it? All right.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm gonna put the link in the chat for everybody if I can find where's the share button on the friggin' channel, bro. What the fuck? All right, well, here's what I'll do. I'll just link to the exact one for tonight. Is it the Debate Table Podcast, Rhythm and Battles, episode 2? No, Battle of the Bars League section. All right, here it is.
I see the Debate Table pod. Hold on, that's definitely.
It's the one before that. It's the debate. It's man, how did it click the wrong one?
I got you on the link.
Yeah, Battle of the Bars League series. You got the link? All right.
Yeah, I post. I hope it shows that. It's on the William 1655. It shows it in chat right now. I hope it stays.
There it is. Yeah. I got it up there too. I'm gonna also stick it up here on the screen before we roll. Bop, bop. Damn, buttons and shit.
What up, JP? Joe Prime in chat.
No, man, don't put no timer on it, man. This thing is so funky, bro. It want me to do all kind of timers and shit. No, bro. No, bro. How about no? How about no? The fuck? There you go. All right, but nah, man, this is definitely the kind of story, man, that I love discovering, guys, about Fury Force and stuff like that. When you spend like all this time chasing that the figures, we got all the figures, we got airtight in here, we got all the new joints, and we chasing them and copping them, and you forget, man, you forget to look back. And every once in a while, you know, we stumble across a piece of history like this that makes you realize the stuff that you love for decades almost could have been very different. Fury Force, not just another indie toy line coming out trying to break into the market. This is really a glimpse into an alternate timeline. This is a road not taken, right? This is, if Hasbro never walked into Marvel back in 1981, maybe we're all sitting here collecting Fury Force figures instead of G.I. Joe, or maybe we're collecting G.I. Joe figures that just look and are very different without that great comic, without the Sunbow. Instead, Larry took those ideas, he reshaped them, he created one of the greatest action figure universes of all time. In my opinion, the greatest. Now, more than 40 years later, we're finally getting into this, you know, original concept from back the way things might have existed all along. And I'm curious to see where Big Bad Workshop takes this. Is it going to be one wave? Are we going to get bad guys? Is it going to be a new universe? Are we going to get comics, maybe even cartoons, vehicles, maybe that O-ring line? Time will tell, but you got to invest in the 112, they said, before any of that stuff happens. So, but I do want to hear from everybody else. Kaz, thank you for coming.
They saved the best for last.
They saved the, yeah. And yeah, man, I know Kaz said he all in, I'm all in, y'all all in. But let us know down in the comments, especially if you're on the replay crew. We really appreciate you guys. And everybody in the chat, we really appreciate you. If you're new to the show,
you run it, Jerry.
we welcome you. And yeah, man, let us know what you think in the comments. And if you enjoyed today's deep dive, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe. If you're new to the channel, you know, hit that share button and the thumbs up so that you get the new joints. And you know what I'm saying, if you're another Joe fan who might not know this incredible stuff, you know a Joe fan, send them the joint. We're live every Wednesday, every Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Pacific. If you're into action figures, if you're into comics, if you're into hip-hop, movies, all thing nerd culture, you are in the right place. This is the place to be. Collecting ain't a hobby no more, it's a habit. Thank you, Kaz. I'm your host, you know, the Plastic Crack Fiend. This has been the Toy Trap. Catch us over on the BDBGP site. And remember what we always tell you.
Be water, my friend.
Collecting ain't a hobby no more, it's a habit. Welcome to the Toy Trap feed, gotta have it. Reno and Stu, real plastic crack addicts. Toy Trap, Toy Trap. Toy Trap.